Hello, hello. So, how will I do the UKT? Well, it's simple. I will paddle. Keep paddling and keep paddling until I get there. So the important thing is to make sure that we can be out there in the middle of the ocean, 100 miles from anywhere, 50 miles from anywhere, and feel safe and be happy, and keep paddling. So let me just show you my boat real quick. I think that's the best way to explain it. See, here's the boat, right? Now, people may be, or I guess people have said, because I've been on some kayaking forums, and they've said, some people think that I'm going to die, and they get really belligerent about it. Actually, someone said to come kick my ass. But only one of those people has ever actually given me a reason, an example, and they were like a beginner who went kayaking in Alaska without knowing how to flip or something, roll. So, I have yet to tell people who've actually done trips about my trip and had them discourage me. I'd be honest, I'd be kind of surprised if they did. The big problem that some people at least call themselves sea kayakers, sorry if that sounds a little bit harsh, but is that I guess I don't have any experience. I've never been on the ocean, and I guess they have for 20 years or whatever. The thing is this is not just the same thing as backyard sea kayaking. Somebody said, you don't know what you're talking about, kayak 40 miles and then you'll know what I'm talking about. And it's like, I've never kayaked less than 40 miles, really. I did. Anyways, actually, no. I mean, I've been on one dugout canoe trip, and I did 100 miles in 2 days. The second day I went myself in 60 miles in a storm, in like 2-foot high waves, crashing inside of my boat. So, and then I kayaked 50 miles like 2 months ago, and it's like, and then let's see what else. Well, and then this other time I kayaked 25 miles, and then another time like that far, 20 miles. But anyway, 40 miles isn't a big deal to me. So anyway, how are we going to do it? Well, the dangers. Let's see. First danger, getting tired. Let me show you what I'm going to do about that. In there is my food. We can store like 2 weeks worth of food in there. Water. There's like, right now I think I have 7 or 8 of these guys, and I could get more. Filled up, that's a lot of water. That's 90 ounces of water each. And then another thing that people like to bring up, why I'm going to die, is I guess I'm going to like tip over. So, what am I going to do about tipping over? I've got outriggers. Who else uses outriggers? Just us. Now, if we tip over with those outriggers, it doesn't matter how good of a roller I am. We're not going to roll back. We're going to have to get out of the boat. So how are we going to do that? See those handles? Yes. Those will keep us attached to the boat. We've both got some. There's some more. And then we'll figure out how to flip that thing over. It'll be easy to do, I'm sure. I'm not going to be able to do any field testing with my boat in the water before I leave because that little car right there ain't working. So, but it's cool. I don't want to go out anyways because every time I go out, I'll probably lose stuff. I know what you're thinking. How do you know you're not going to lose stuff in the actual trip? Because I'll be with Tony and he'll make sure. So let's see. What's another danger people say? Sharks. We're going to get eaten by a shark. Well, let's see. What are we going to do about that? Check it out. My entire boat is painted with black stripes. Black stripes scare sharks away. So there you go. Plus I've got a 16-foot boat. What shark's going to go after a big 16-foot boat with outriggers attached? You'd have to be crazy. Now, what if we actually do get bitten by a shark? Well, this boat is made out of the same stuff that river kayaks are made out of bomb-proof plastic. I could drag this thing behind my car to Miami, and it would still make the trip. So, let's see, what else? What's another danger? That people like to talk about. I guess pirates and thieves stealing all my stuff, and then I run out of money and I can't buy any more stuff. That's actually the thing I'm scared about the most. So what am I going to do about that? Well, every one of my boxes has its own padlock, you see. Now every time I dock, I can take these boxes off. And you can see the little hook there. I can run a a cable through all of those and then attach it to my boat. And then put it underneath my skirt, you know. And I'm going to be keeping my boat and paying my boat to stay in docks and stuff, right? So I don't think anybody's going to sneak into the dock with a lock bolt cutter. I can also lock my hatches shut. And put more valuable stuff in there. I can lock that shut like that, and then wrap the cable completely around the boat. That's for that hatch and the hatch up front. Now, what's another danger? Sometimes people sleep and they underestimate the tides, and the tides take your boat away. Well, I've got the hammock situation. See that pole up front? Attach the hammock to the pole up front, that pole back there, and I'm sleeping on my boat. If I get washed out to sea, I'll capsize and I'll be wet and I'll be with my boat. So, let's see, what else? Getting hit by boats. There's one. Well, I've got this little strobe light up there, which is a good 4 feet up off the ground. It's actually a good 5.5 feet up off the ground. So, that's good. Now, I also bought a radar, so that we're going to show up on radar. I'm going to show you what that looks like. This little guy right up there. It's kind of heavy, though. It's 8 pounds. So I also bought one of those little radars, and so I'll bring that, maybe. Haven't decided yet. Probably bring the little one. I was stupid to get that big one. All of a sudden, the little one showed up after I got the big one. It's weird. I looked all around, nothing little. And then I buy that, and all of a sudden, the only thing I can find is a little one. So it's life, I guess. Maybe I could sell it to somebody. Now, yeah, so more, let's see, do I have time? Yes. More about how. Have I covered all the dangers? Let's see, getting pushed up against a cliff and drowning with all the waves. There's one. Well, I'll have a good GPS. I haven't bought it yet, but I'll have a good GPS that'll show me the tides and stuff. And we'll just make sure that we're on far enough away from those islands to be pushed up against them. And we'll be okay. What else? Oh, yes, for the sharks. Look at this guy. This is called the shark leash. 6 feet long. And we can throw it into the water, turn it on. Shark shield, you see? And you can, sits out some kind of pulse that scares sharks away. And then I've got my fishing spear. I can kill sharks with that guy. I also have a fishing pole, so that's how I'm going to feed myself. Now, how are you going to feed yourself out in the water, though? Well, all these little plastic boxes we can fill up with power bars or sandwiches. Now, we can also cook our spaghetti. This guy right here. I can attach my, what do you call it, jet boil. This guy right here. To a stove, which attaches to the boat. So everything's attached. I'm in a storm, and we're cooking away. Happy, happy, happy. Singing Kumbaya, whistling Dixie. Now, what else? Oh, our feet could get sore. Well, I've got this guy. Look at this. Thermarest thing. I can put all kinds of directions. I can stand up on the boat and walk around. I can even snorkel, swim along the ocean, snorkeling, keep my legs limber. What else? What's another thing people say? Abducted by aliens? I don't think I'll be abducted by aliens on this trip. I just know it. You know, I can't explain why, the logic. I just know in my heart, so trust me, okay? What else? Let's see, our boat gets filled with water, and then we'll be rendered incapacitated, and then go into a boat or something like this. Well, I've got a pump, and Tony's will have a pump too. What else? Strategy. Let me just use my last minute to talk about strategy. I've read I've read 2 sea kayaking books, 2 trips people have taken. What's it called? Keep Australia on Your Left by Eric Stoller. And then some guy went around and found them. And both those guys talk about how they like to count paddling. I don't think that's healthy. You know, I grew up riding my bike as a kid, and I've never counted my pedal strokes. That would drive me completely insane. I do have a lot of meditation experience. You know, I've done 4 10-day Vipassana meditations, and so plus I've done lots of bike touring and stuff. So, you know, I think I know how to just zone in and just have fun doing what I'm doing. You know, even if I'm paddling all day long. And we don't have to stop paddling. We don't have to keep paddling. We can take turns. The guy in the back can paddle and steer. While this guy up here can lean his head back somehow and sleep. Or the guy up front can paddle while the guy back can steer and sleep. with the back rested up against that. So that's it. Okay, bye-bye.